John 8. See that light that we read about in the beginning, it got to be important because that's the very first thing that God embarked on. He said, let there be light, and there was light. We're going to read one verse, John 8 and verse 12. John 8 and verse 12. Go ahead.
Then spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world.
Now he said it again, I am the light of the world. See, this is the real light you must have. Even the sun and the moon could go out, and you still would be able to see if you got the real light. But Jesus said it. He said, I am the light of the world. Now we know the sun and the moon light up the world physically, don't it? But we got some more light here, don't we? He said, I am the light of the world, what?
He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life.
See, this is what we need, isn't it? See, this is what God did for us in the beginning. Again, keep in mind, all of this creation is for us. I told you God didn't need no light. The Bible say he don't need light. As far as physical light go, the Bible say God see just as well in the dark as he do in the light. That's why you could be sneaking around. It could be pitch black outside. You could be doing some dirt. God can see you, right? You can't hide from him. He see just as well. The Bible tell you that. He said, matter of fact, it just say both of them are the same to him. Light and darkness. So he didn't need no light. He don't need none of this. All of this is to benefit us. So how you know he would give us a great benefit when he first started on his creation. The first thing he did was came up with this light so we can see our way out of this, because it was nothing but darkness to start with. He said, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness. We talking spiritual though, aren't we? But shall have the light of life. Go to John 12 now. John 12. Let's make sure. John 12, and we're going to pick it up at verse 35. Two verses, 35 and 36. John 12 and verse 35. See, God is the real master builder. And he had a master plan from day one. He planned it all. See, he's not just doing nothing. He knew, you think God didn't know man was going to sin and need somebody to come and die for him in the beginning? He knew that. So he planned it all from the first day. That's what that light is showing you. That's why we got to be sure that what we believe in is light and not darkness. We got to make sure we believe in the truth. And he tell you where you're going to get it from. John 12 and 35. John 12 and 35. Okay, go ahead.
Then Jesus said unto them, yet a little while is the light with you.
Okay, now he's the light, right? He's the light. And he came into the world shining, glorious, to let man know how he going to get out of darkness and be saved. But man as a whole rejected it. So he said, yet a little while is the light with you. Go ahead.
Walk while you have the light, lest darkness come upon you. For he that walketh in darkness knoweth not whither he goeth.
See, we still talking about light, right? See, this all that comes from the beginning of Genesis, the first chapter, 1 through 5, when he said, let there be light. He said, walk while you have light, lest darkness overtake you and you don't see where you're going. Because you're walking in darkness, you don't see where you're going. But we talking spiritual here. Verse 36.
While you have the light, believe in the light.
Oh, while you have light. Just like all of us have an opportunity to receive the light. Now, it might make it seem like, okay, once Jesus is gone, the light is gone. No, he left the light for us still, even though he's not here physically. But it's not as easy to see as it was when he was here. That's why he said, while you have light, believe in the light. You got to believe in the light, don't you? See, that's why it's not enough to say you believe on Jesus, you believe on Jesus. You got to believe the message that come with Jesus. That's why you got to make sure you getting light from the Word. Because the Word going to tell you all you need to know about Jesus, which is the light. While ye have light, believe in the light that what?
That ye may be the children of the light.
We want to be the children of the light, right? You're either going to be one or the other. You're going to stay in the darkness and you're going to be the child of the dark, or you're going to be in the light and you're going to be children of the light. Go ahead.
These things spake Jesus and departed and did hide himself from them.
See, because they were trying to kill him. So he wasn't crazy. He went and hid somewhere. But now Psalm 119, because he knew when it's time for him to die. Psalm 119. Because you might say, well, Jesus not here now. How do we see the light? He still left the light for us. Because he made sure we got what we read here, the Word. That tells you all about the light. And that's all you need now. Psalm 119. That's why you got to make sure you're not believing another Jesus that's not lit up in the Word, that don't come from the Word. Jesus, born on December 25th. You don't find that in the Word of God, so you know that's another Jesus. That's not the Jesus that bring the light for us. That's some darkness. Jesus dying on Good Friday and rose on Easter Sunday, you don't see that nowhere in the Word. So that's darkness. That's not light. But we're going to see where you make sure you get the light from. Psalm 119 and 2 verses. Start at 105. 119 and 105. Go ahead.
Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path.
See what the word is? He said, thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. But it's the word, right? So even though Jesus don't have to physically be here, his light is still shining. But it's not as easy to see now. You know why? Because the world is full of darkness now. That's why everything we've heard mostly is lies about Jesus. You don't even have to follow the word. Let the average person tell you. The average preacher in church, everything in the word is done away with. But you're doing away with the light. You choosing to remain in darkness. But he said the word, right? Mm-hmm. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Just like you in a dark cave somewhere, you need some light to see where you go, to see which way to walk in that cave. Well, that's the same way it is in this world, this spiritually dark world. You definitely need some light now. Because the world is totally dark. Even though it's light outside now, the world is totally dark when it comes to knowing about God. Matter of fact, we're going to read it. It said, gross darkness then covered the people. Gross dark. That's some thick darkness. People can't see it all. But if you really want the light, you can see it. And those that seek for the light, they find it. Because he can't lie. He said, seek and you shall find. So, and that's what the number one thing people come to the truth. They say, well, I was really asking God to show me. A lot of times you don't think it's going to be like it is when he show you, though. But see, you made the mistake and asked him to show you. You said, God, I didn't know it was going to be like this. Yep, you wanted the light. Now you got to walk in the light. Even though you see everybody around you walking in darkness. And you try to pull them over there, they be fighting and kicking to get back over in the dark. He said, thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Skip down to verse 130 and read that.
The entrance of thy words giveth light. It giveth understanding to the simple.
See, the entrance of thy words giveth light. See, you got to get it from the word. That's why we don't believe in a Jesus born on December 25th. Because that's nowhere in the word, is it? It ain't mentioned at all. If that was a part of the light, we would see it somewhere in the word. Especially as big a deal people make out of it, right?
Right.
You got to see it in the word. But the entrance of thy words giveth light. And what do? It giveth understanding unto the simple. See, we talking about lighting your mind up so you can save yourself. But now, let's go to Isaiah 8. See, so Jesus left us with a roadmap. He left us with a flashlight so we can get saved, even though he's not here physically. He said he's the light of the world, right? But even when he gone, he made sure we got this word here. That's why we reading the word, because this is the light. He going to tell you something else here in Isaiah 8. Isaiah 8, and pick it up at verse 16. We're going to read 2 verses here. Isaiah 8 and verse 16. All this is here for a reason, but go ahead.
Bind up the testimony. Seal the law among my disciples.
See, now, people have problem with Jesus and the New Testament. They have a problem with him. But they say they believe in the Old Testament. But here it's talking about Jesus and his disciples in the Old Testament, long before they came. See, because they didn't come with nothing brand new. They only came what the prophets had already foretold. So the prophet Isaiah here was foretelling us about Jesus and who? His disciples. How many disciples did he have? Immediately he had 12, didn't he? Judas messed up, they replaced him. But it was telling you, see, they was in line with the law. That's why Revelation 19 tells you that the testimony, see, Jesus brought testimony. He brought testimony of all that had been spoken before. But Revelation 19 tells you that the testimony of Jesus, he didn't tell you to do away with the Old Testament. It ain't got nothing to do with the Old Testament. No, read Revelation 19, he tells you that the testimony of Jesus is what? The spirit of prophecy. It's the spirit of prophecy. The spirit was in the prophets telling you about Jesus long before it even happened. So when Jesus came and brought the testimony, hey, it was in line with the spirit of prophecy. It wasn't the same. So that's why he said here, bind up the testimony and seal the law among my disciples. That's Jesus talking about him and his disciples coming and bringing the word forth. Bind up the testimony and seal the law among my disciples. Skip down to verse 20 now. He's going to tell you need it all. People want to take half of the Bible. Some people say the Old Testament done away with. Look, you don't have no New Testament without the Old Testament. Some people want to say the New Testament is a fabrication. You know, it's been made up. They just concocted that. Look, the New Testament totally in line with the Old Testament. Right. You need it all. The old and the new. Notice what he said here. Go ahead, verse 20.
To the law and to the testimony.
Oh, to the law. The law don't just mean what you keep, the law, the commandments and all of that. In many cases, the law means the whole Old Testament. Some people might think the law, sometimes it will refer to the law of Moses, talking about the laws that you obey. But all of it is called law. Jesus quoted Psalm in John, the 10th chapter. Read it on your own. Jesus quoted Psalm, I think it was 82, but he called it law. He said, in the law it is written. But he was talking about Psalm. Paul in 1 Corinthians 14 quoted Isaiah 28, right? That ain't got nothing to do with Moses, but he said, in the law it is written. See, so the Old Testament period was referred to as law in many cases, because it's all the law. And the New Testament referred to the testimony. So you need all of it. So read verse 20 again. Now that we know that, go ahead.
To the law and to the testimony.
To the law and to the testimony. Go ahead.
If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
See, you got to have it all. But if they don't speak according to this word, is no what in them?
No light in them.
No light in them. You in the dark. You can be coming with another book, the Book of Mormon and all that other stuff. There's no light in you. You need the light that the Lord laid out there for us all on day one. You need that light. And he made sure we still got access to it by making sure his word is written down. Now let's go further. Go to Isaiah 60. Isaiah 60.